Sprite Castle. Sprite Castle. Sprite Castle.
Mr. Rob O'Hara.
Sprite Castle.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Sprite Castle. On today's show, I'm going to be playing the classic arcade port, Gorf, for the Commodore 64. Gorf was released by Midway in 1981 in arcades, and they worked on this port, which was released actually by Commodore themselves in 1983. Here you can see the Gorfian Hall of Fame. You can see my rating, which is Space Cadet, which is probably not going to get much higher than that. And with that, let's go ahead and get started with Gorf. So, if you've never played Gorf before, Gorf was a fun arcade game, and the reason people liked Gorf, other than the fact that it's Gorf and it's a really good game, is that it's really 5 games in one in the arcade. One thing that's different if you've not played Gorf before is that you can only have one bullet on the screen at a time, but as you see, I could sit here and shoot over and over and over until I get that bullet right where I want. It will erase each one. Oh, that's... so, if you have... you don't have to wait for your bullet to go all the way off the screen. I'm going to assume if you've... Oh, that was terrible. If you've ever played a video game before, you will recognize this level as being similar to Space Invaders. This is the laser attack screen, which is the second screen of Gorf. So you do have basically 5 arcade games in one. Now, I keep saying 5 arcade games. You're going to see here in a minute that on the home ports of this game, you have 4 arcade games. And the reason why is because one of the levels that's coming up was based on the arcade game Galaxian, and they could not... Midway could not... I'm guessing it was Midway, but I don't really know why. I couldn't secure the rights to Galaxian, so we skip over the Galaxian stage, which in the arcade version appears right there. So they had problems getting Galaxian, but they had no problem ripping off TIE fighters in this level. This is the Space Warp level, and as you can see, it is similar to, I don't know what you would say. It's kind of like a cross, maybe almost like Tempest, maybe? I'm probably just saying that because it's round and gyrus, so I guess you could say that too. This is the final level of Gorf. This is the flagship, command ship, flagship, whatever. I have read that Gorf was originally supposed to be a Star Trek tie-in, and so your ship kind of resembles the Enterprise down there, but not too much. We're trying to shoot the red area of the flagship there. This level is actually much easier on the home port than it is on the arcade version. In the arcade version, you have to spend a lot of time dodging those little meteors, but in this version, it's not too difficult to do. And boom, there goes the flagship. That's what you get, flagship. The flagship explodes, and now what you'll see is we have moved on back to level 1 again, with a little bit faster, a little bit neater enemies. And so that's pretty much Gorf for the Commodore 64. If you're not familiar, again, with the arcade version of Gorf, rats, you might... Well, that was dumb. You might think that the colors or graphics aren't too good, but to be honest with you, they look fairly faithful to the arcade version of Gorf. They're not too far off. What else can I tell you about Gorf? Gorf was ported to, there's a Atari 2600 version, 5200, ColecoVision. What else? I know it made it to Atari computers and the Commodore 64. I'm not sure what else it was ported to, but none of the ports, as far as I know, have the Galaxian level. So on the home versions of Gorf, you only get 4 games instead of 5. But 4 games is still pretty good. Whoop. Watch out for the flying fireball meteor things there, meatballs, whatever those are. Like a lot of other games, Gorf ramps up pretty quickly. As you can see, by the time you've gone through the first wave already, things are starting to get a little bit faster. I can actually get quite a bit further than that. I don't understand why in most of these games they require you to use the joystick to put your initials in. I mean, I understand why you have to do that in the arcade version because you don't have a keyboard, but all these computer versions are attached to a keyboard, so it seems a little ridiculous. Anyway, that's Gorf for the Commodore 64. If you're a fan of Gorf, this is a really great port. It plays pretty close to the original. Like I said, you can see the colors, even the blue background on the first level, the 3 different colors of ships. It's all there, so not a bad version for the Commodore 64. If you like this show, check out SpriteCastle.com. You can see all the episodes there. You can, if you have requests or feedback, you can email them to me at SpriteCastle@gmail.com. And if you like any or would like to see other retro type podcasts, I guess you would listen to a podcast or see this new episodes of Sprite Castle, check out throwbacknetwork.net. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.